Hey guys, this is Kyle from Genki Gamers, and today we're going to go over everything you need to know to start playing the speeder, including playstyle and item loadouts. As always, these tips will be meant for any speeder players, but I will focus my advice on newer speeders in the Mark 1 to Mark 4 range. Overview. The speeder has the highest speed and turning agility of all the ships. In return, the speeder also has the lowest health and defense. The speeder is the assassin of the team, and quickly goes into a fight to deal a burst of damage before dashing out to safety. In a one-on-one fight, the speeder can take on any other ship when played properly by having superior mobility and utility. Even at Mark 7, the speeder only has 2 weapon slots, meaning you will need to take advantage of your speed and utility from yellow items to create an advantage for yourself and your team. In addition, the speeder is the most difficult ship to play at early ship levels for a couple of reasons. First, the speeder has a limited number of weapon slots and a high skill requirement that many new players haven't had the time to learn. Second, many of the best weapons for speeders become a lot stronger when you get the right talents for them from various crew members. Nonetheless, speeder is a very rewarding ship to learn early on. Playstyle. While there are multiple ways to play any ship, the speeder's strength is in using high burst damage weapons to quickly get into a fight, deal a bunch of damage, and get out to safety. Use your incredible speed to always stay on the move to avoid damage, and keep your pathing unpredictable so that your opponents always miss their shots on you. You may separate from your team to sneak up on enemies, but the one thing you never want to do is go headfirst into the enemy team without your teammates ready to fight. As a speeder, you shouldn't be the one to initiate fights, as you will quickly get focused down by the enemy team. Remember, the speeder has very low health, so if you go out on your own to scout the enemy and get caught out of position, your team will probably lose because of it. I recommend waiting for the fight to begin before making an aggressive move. Always keep an eye on the minimap and look for opportunities to take out an enemy that's all alone. Speeders struggle to take on groups of enemies, but can destroy stragglers that aren't with their team. Lastly, don't stay in a fight longer than you need to. If your items are all on cooldown, or the enemy team starts shifting their attention towards you, you need to get out to safety, as it only takes a few big hits to take you from full health to 0. Item choices. At Mark 1, you have one red, yellow, and blue item slot. Stick a cannon and a yellow item of your choice on your ship. The best blue item at this level is the standard shield. As you unlock Mark 2, you gain a second yellow item slot. Overboost, Nitro, Frost Launcher, and the Frost Blaster are all easy to use yellow items that are very effective at this level. The freezing items can make it a lot easier for your teammates to land their shots and dish out damage to make up for the damage that your ship lacks. At Mark 3, you unlock your second weapon slot, which you better get used to, as you won't unlock any more weapon slots in the future. The best weapons to use at this level are the cannon and blast cannon. Both of these weapons are straightforward to use while still being able to dish out a decent amount of damage. Once you hit Mark 4, the speeder really starts to take off as a powerful ship because you unlock a third red item slot point and a second blue item slot. At this point, Turbo is a must-have blue item as it scales incredibly well with your high base speed. You may continue to pair it with a standard shield or even replace the shield with a bandage. The benefit of the bandage is that you can run from a fight to heal up before coming back to fight, which is exactly how the speeder likes to play. However, a shield could help you survive getting bursted down, so the decision is up to you. The other big benefit of reaching Mark 4 as a speeder is the increase from 2 red item slot points to 3 red item slot points. This allows you to use several powerful 2 item slot point weapons, so let's take some time to go over the best weapons and weapon combinations for speeders. The best weapons to use on a speeder are the blast cannon, sniper cannon, explosive cannon, carronade, grenade launcher, and flare gun. The blast cannon can deal heavy amounts of damage from close to medium range. The best perk to use is the cannon damage perk. However, if you pair your blast cannon with a flare gun, you want to use the damage to burning targets perk to deal insane damage with a flare gun blast cannon combo. The sniper is not a very good item for speeders at lower levels because of its low base damage, but it scales extremely well with critical hit chance perks and talents that let you land critical strikes almost every other hit, so feel free to use the sniper once you start getting a high critical hit chance. Explosive Cannon works very similarly to the Blast Cannon and can be used to rush into a fight, deal a big hit of damage, and dash out to safety. The Carronade, Grenade Launcher, and Flare Gun are all weapons that are difficult to use early on, but become very powerful with the right talents. If you choose to use any of these items, make sure you get as many of the weapon-specific talents for those weapons as possible. Another popular build is the Big Torpedo and Frost Blaster combo. This combo works by freezing your enemy with the Frost Blaster's powerful single target freeze to make it easier to hit them with the massive damage of your Big Torpedo, which is one of the highest damage weapons in the game. Although I personally always use the Torpedo Speed perk, you could also equip the Damage to Frozen Targets perk to deal even more damage with this setup. As you hit Mark 4 and move into Mark 5, the Tesla Shield and Tesla Bolt start to become very strong, with their ability to block significant amounts of damage and to disable the enemy from firing back at you. At this level, I recommend choosing between Overboost, Tesla Shield, and Tesla Bolt. Frost Launcher and Nitro are also decent if they fit into your playstyle. That's all for today. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite weapons for speeders are. If you like this video, hit subscribe for more Battle Bay videos, and as always, thanks for watching.